to the Tough Love and Tecates. Well, not Tecates. This week's episode, we're going to be talking about relationships and when to walk away. That means, like, without romantic relationships, just family, friends, whatever the case is. So, I was going to ask you, Mom, when has there been, like, a time where you really just, you knew this wasn't going to work out, like, in any type of sort of relationship?
Well, I mean, for me, like, I feel like energy doesn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you walk in a room and things feel weird and it's just like either it's really forced or you're just uncomfortable, for me, that's not a space that I like to willingly put myself in.
Right.
So I feel like that's the biggest sign for me, is just when things don't feel right. Like I like easygoing. I like smooth. I like fun. I like, you know what I mean? And so for me, it's just kind of like I don't like putting myself in situations that just don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's not even like just romantic. I mean, I can't tell you how to walk away from a relationship. I've been in one for 25 years.
Yeah.
So as far as telling somebody, as far as like a romantic relationship, I could say like I don't have much experience in that because I'm blessed. I haven't had to. But I will say, like, even just I feel like, so I don't even know if it's our age. I'm not sure what it is, but like so many people are changing and so many people are evolving, and friendships that used to be easy got complicated.
Yes.
You know, family dynamics that used to be easy got complicated.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's not to say that somebody's wrong, somebody's right. It's not to say any of that, but like for me, it's just like I've always kind of had like 3 qualifications to keep things in my life. And for me, those 3 qualifications are: it either makes me happy, makes me money, or get my toes in the sand. I mean, I get a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so because those are the things that like I feel like those 3 things, like that's what my life is about. Like I and because my life is mine, I get to pick. And I feel like that's what's so great. But I will tell you, like, even just, I feel like also when you're younger, your whole life revolves around your friends.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I mean, even that's how I was as a kid, even with our family.
Yeah.
I mean,
your whole life revolves around your friends, and you have these strong relationships, but that's because that's really all you have. All you have is your friendships.
Yeah.
At that point in time, like, you don't have family. You don't have children. You don't have, I mean, we're reaching grandchildren. You don't have all that stuff. So it's so easy to be present and be front and center when, you know, like there's a party or there's this or there's that, or you know what I mean? And so it's so easy to just loan yourself to be available. But the older you get, sometimes like life just be lifing. And so for me, like I like simple.
Yeah.
I like to give people the same courtesy they give me. Where like I'm not the person that shows up to everything.
Yeah.
I'm not the person that, you know, like I'm such a homebody. I'm such a homebody. And so like really it's like if I feel like going to something, I do, and if I don't, I don't. But I like to surround myself with people that they know me and I know them.
Yeah.
That it's like when I would have parties, I never spent any time sitting around talking about why isn't so and so here, or why didn't so and so come, because to me I assumed they have their life, they have things that take precedence, and they're just doing them.
Yeah.
And I feel like relationships could be so easy if that's just like give people the same courtesy that you want.
Exactly.
But I feel like a lot of people, like it just has to be complicated.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at complicated.
Yeah, I'm honestly like the exact same, because there's been times where even like with past friendships where I'm like, where they have reason or like the most like smallest things to fall out about, because like same thing, like say if I didn't show up or something like that, or I decided I didn't want to go to something regardless, because sometimes obviously I would have my party phase, I wanted to go out, I wanted to just be out and about, but now like it's just, I like being home, I like being in my own space, I like being in my around my people that I feel the most comfortable with, because I mean, obviously if I'm around them, I'm comfortable. But I feel like even then, when I would come to like arguments and stuff like that, like it was just, if you want to go, then go. Like obviously, like if it's not easy, like why?
Yeah.
That was really it. I mean, obviously, like wish you the best. I wish nothing bad upon you. Hope you like do well, whatever. But I don't need no negativity or nothing like that. That isn't gonna serve me any right in my life whatsoever. And especially like when it came to like growing up, I was always like a people pleaser, always. And I don't even know like at what point where I kind of just stepped out of it, where I was just like, why do I even care? What
I feel like it was like, if you have to compromise yourself
mm-hmm.
to be in a certain environment,
Mm-hmm.
like you're like a fish out of water.
Yeah, and that's how it's been.
And eventually you suffocate and you die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like nobody will stay in that position long enough. And I could tell you, like, even with me, I feel like, not that I'm like the expert on all things love and relationships, but I feel like I've always said this, where a lot of relationships, they don't last
mm-hmm.
because people go into it trying to be what they think the other person wants
mm-hmm.
them to be. And so what happens is they are, you know, like they take on doing things that they like, even if it's something that like that the partner likes, even if it's something that they don't like, and
mm-hmm.
they're doing it and they're forcing it and but eventually, like, who your authentic self is, like,
yeah.
it fights to
out.
Break free.
Yes.
And then you start resenting the other person
mm-hmm.
because they don't agree with the things that you agree with, and they
yes.
don't enjoy the things that you enjoy. But it's kind of like, I don't feel in those situations like there's really nobody to blame except you, because why did you change who you were to begin with?
Yeah.
Like don't you want somebody, for me, like, that's probably why Dad and I work, because we are who we are. We are our authentic selves. Even if we want to kill the authentic self every now and then, you know what I mean? We are still authentic to who we are.
Yeah.
And I get to be myself. I don't have to put on a front. He gets to be himself. He doesn't put on a front. And so we get to see the
raw self.
The raw, dirty side,
yeah.
like the ugly side. Like, not dirty side, like ugly side. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. No, but I feel like that's one of the biggest things. And for me, it's kind of like, I don't see, like, I don't even know how to say, like, I'm lost for words, but like, for me, it's kind of like, people come into your life for a season and a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like, if something feels forced, if something feels heavy,
mm-hmm.
if something, and for me, because I'm the over communicator,
yeah,
like, if something's bothering with you, I'm gonna come talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go talk to somebody else and say, hey, Trini this, Trini that. I'm gonna come talk to you.
Yeah.
Because you're what I'm feeling funny about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna come talk to you. So for me, it's like, if I communicate to you that something's bothering me, or something feels off, or something's not right, and we're not able to have an open, honest conversation and find resolve or clear the air or change the energy within it, then I take it as, like, this is just it. Like, the season has passed.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't like to, I like to look at everything, even when it's come to an end, mm-hmm. as peace.
Yeah.
I send people off with love, wishing them nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, I'm not the type of person, like, to fight with people. I just don't.
I'm not either. I just, honestly, like, I get quiet, like, a lot when I'm like, when I'm feeling some type of way. Like, I get quiet for a second, because I feel like back then I would just react. I would just react out of anger, like sadness and stuff like that, and it wouldn't come out the right way of how I meant it. So now, like, when I take the time to really, like, reflect off of it first, and then come to, like, especially with, like, Esteban and stuff like that, bless him, like, because I be putting him through it sometimes, and I don't mean to, but it's like, he's so opposite. He's like you, like, he needs to talk about it, like, when it's happening right then and there, to, like, try to solve this, like, the issue. But me, I'm like, I need a second, give me a minute, I'll get back to you. But he's like, nah. I'm like, right now we're kind of, like, still trying to learn how to compromise with each other with that.
I think it's just communicate.
Yeah,
compromise.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But it's just it's so different, like the way that I would be like with even friendships and stuff like that with like Gabby and stuff. Like I'm kind of surprised that like me and her have been like good for so long. Like our relationship is just so like authentic and raw too with each other. And then like the friendships that I had made out here with like Anna or Eileen and stuff like that. Like I think about the ways that I had my old past relationships with friends or even like love like really like relationships. And it's just refreshing to see like just how different like I go about it now, because I used to like be a little kiss ass, like just try to keep my friends in my circle.
Well,
But
I feel like I don't match energy, but I also know how to read the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're messaging somebody and they're not messaging you back.
yeah,
If you're like trying to set times and they're not available and they're so busy and they're so busy and they're so busy. Like I feel like, and for me it's like I'm very blessed to say that, like with all my comadres, all my friends, like I have friends from grade school, like Julie and my Isabel and Kathy and Jessica, you know what I mean? Like we, like I said, life just lifes
Yeah.
sometimes, that for me it's like when we find ourselves in, you know, in an event together or a car ride or whatever it is, like I don't spend any time going backwards as to like, why haven't you called me? What have you been up to? Like, why haven't
Yeah.
you this? Why haven't you that? I just, for me, that's not, it doesn't serve a purpose.
yeah,
For me, it's just like, oh my God, friend, like, how have you been? What's going on?
Yeah.
What it is? What's this? What's that? You know, because like I said, I don't know what they've gone through in their life. And not everybody wants to share every single aspect of everything
Yeah.
that's gone in their life. And I respect that. I respect that because I would expect people to respect that for me.
yeah,
Because I don't share very much. Like my circle is very small, and for me it's like I don't feel, why would I judge somebody for something that I wouldn't want them to do, judging me for. Exactly. And so I feel like there's so much time, I don't even want to say wasted, because everybody's different.
I feel like everything happens for a reason, though. Like I
Yeah.
feel like everything's a lesson to really. You can
Well,
make everything into a lesson.
I
to,
feel like
learn
everything's
about
a season or a reason.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it comes to relationships. And for me, it's just kind of like once something feels off, it's off. And it's like you can either communicate and find resolve, and sometimes you find it and sometimes you don't. And sometimes the other person doesn't think like you. So they don't even want to have the conversation to figure it out. They just want, it's their
Their way.
perspective to them. And for me, it's just like, okay, like that's your perspective. This is my perspective. If we can't find common ground, there's no reason to just keep forcing somebody. And the way I see it too is like, I believe people can only hear you and understand you to their understanding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
100%.
not even so, you know what I mean? Like, because I have a certain, like even you and I,
Yeah.
there's like, we could both be in the same situation, both like witness the same thing, and I take something completely different than what you take.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different. So it's like, why would I be mad or upset because somebody doesn't think exactly like me? And why should they be mad or upset because I don't think exactly like them?
Yeah.
And then I feel like I said, the older you get, there's so many things, like between kids and grandkids and medical issues and family medical issues and, you know, financial struggles and this and that. And there's so many things. Nobody, like, so many people want to share it on Facebook. So many people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not for one person to say that one's right and what's wrong. It's just a matter of,
It's just their experience, though.
yeah,
Their thoughts.
yeah, where I feel like, to me, like, especially the older I get, like, I want easy relationships.
Oh yeah.
I've always been like that, though. I don't feel like I've ever really,
yeah.
held on.
Whenever you see.
yeah,
Like,
I don't think I've ever held on to like a toxic situation. I feel like I'm pretty, like, I allow in my life what I'm willing to allow in my life, and I cut off without hesitation anything that I'm not.
well, also like the one thing that you always taught me too is like people treat you the way that you allow them to treat you also. So even when it comes down to like people like talking bad about you or like coming up with stories or like just anything about you, like you take it a lot a lot more easygoing than I've seen like a lot more people do in the past.
Well, for me, it's like I don't get to control someone's narrative that they've made up in their head.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm a very factual, logical person,
Mm-hmm.
and facts are facts,
Yeah.
and lies are lies. And at the end of the day, like, I have to live with my mistakes.
Yeah.
So for somebody else to pass a judgment or tell me who I am because what if they think of it,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, it feels like you'll never be able to control someone's opinion of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people have opinions.
A lot of the times, I believe it's like a reflection of how they feel about themselves sometimes. But
It may or may not be.
Yes,
but again,
but
that's for them to decide.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
The only person's life that I get to like control is my own, and how I react to things. And so for me, it's like if people want to say certain things or do certain things, my favorite, and I have to share it, I know we're kind of running low on time, but my favorite is if anybody has ever come up to me and said, so and so said, my first response is, I wonder why they felt comfortable enough to say that to you. And the minute I ask that question, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that person never comes back to me to tell me what somebody said because I really don't care what somebody says.
Yeah.
Like what somebody says about me
Whatever's gonna hurt you.
It's not that words don't hurt me, but I have to live with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody's always going to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have opinions. But it's like, unless you walk a mile in my shoes, like, you don't know. And the only person that judges me is God. He's the only one. Like, I know when I die, God's never gonna, like, I'm not gonna get to heaven and he's gonna tell me, well, what did so and so think about you?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to live within peace of yourself. And I feel like the relationships that you allow in your life, like you said, like, and the thing I want you to keep in mind too, though, is just like I said, like I told you, like, you dictate the way you teach people how to treat you. So with that being said, I feel like a lot of what's happening, what I see in relationships today is people tolerated a certain level for a long time. And then they're mad at other people because they tolerated it.
They settled.
And so for me, it's like kind of let it go.
Yeah.
But let it go with peace and love. And it doesn't have to be like just because you're not hanging out with somebody so much, or just because you're not in the same group of circle of friends anymore, or just because you're not as available as you've been or something like that, it doesn't mean it has to be like fallout, like a whole like fuck that bitch or fuck that dude or fuck that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because a lot of people
I feel like
that
I feel like
lot.
that there's so many people that live in that mindset where it's like it's all or nothing.
Yes.
It's either like that's my ride or die or fuck that bitch.
Yep.
And for me, I would hope that you know how to read relationships enough, and for me, like, just send everybody off with peace.
Yeah.
Send them with
100%.
love, send them with peace, send them with
even the
whatever.
ones that done me real dirty, and you know who you are.
Ooh.
I forgive you. Peace and love from a distance.
Anyway, well, thanks for hanging out with us this week. We will see you guys next week. Have a great Halloween.
Bunch of songs